話を見直してください。ポッドキャスタディ。
Damn you! Bitch. I will commit a fucking hate crime this morning. You're not test me. Fuck. My vent is not strong enough. And boys and girls, my vent is not strong enough. Oh, I can't wait to get rid of this fucking piece of shit tomorrow. Morning. Good absolute fucking morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, obviously, you see in the title, this isn't a Mornings with Podcast. I gotta fucking switch the orientation here a little bit. There we go. Now you can see me. Oh, shit. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. Kind of nipply, which I'm surprised about because it's summer, but whatever. Now, as you notice, this has PDVS in the title, which means it's a podcast daddy variety show, not a Morning with Podcast. I'm going to do this before I get into today's topic. I didn't record last night. I didn't get officially done and settled down at my place until like fucking 11 o'clock at night, and I wasn't going to do another 11 o'clock at night show because last time I did that, Weeb Shit Monday was an absolute fucking disaster. So I just decided, fuck it. We're gonna do a podcast daddy variety show in the morning. I'm gonna finish Gigant today, and then tonight we'll go 9 p.m. We'll go 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do Weeb Shit Monday, where I talk about Gigant. That fucking manga is so weird. Oh, give this about, what time are we looking at here? 6:05. Well, shit. All right, we're already pushing it, kind of. So, give it a minute. Let my brain reboot. Let me do a little bit of preparation before. I officially start my show. Because this is gonna be like hey, it started. Hey, we gotta, get the fucking ball rolling. I don't want to stop halfway through to take my happy pills and all that shit. So, what? Alright. Ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am your host, the wiener to match his demeanor, your favorite neighborhood degenerate, the podcast daddy himself, the owner and proprietor of the Podcast Daddy Variety Show. Good morning. Now, you might be thinking in the title, nobody cares about your stupid brain. That sounds a little harsh starting off. I understand that. Sounds a little insulting. Sounds a little harsh to begin with. But what I mean by stupid brain is a lot of us nowadays, I don't know if this is because of the certain romanticizing of mental illness within the last couple years, or if just a lot more people are starting to become open about their mental illness. But a lot more people are starting to be like, hey, I have bipolar, or hey, I have depression, or hey, I have anxiety, or hey, I have B, I don't know. That whole fucking spiel. A lot of us are starting to come out and be more open about it. So, of course, with something like that, we're going to have a lot more people wanting to come out and be advocates for it. I'm an advocate for bipolar. I'm an advocate for mental health. That is such a crock of shit. Now, let me tell you why. You have so many people that will tell you, I advocate for mental health. I advocate for mental well-being. I advocate for better mental space with a lot of people. And some of them are true. Some of them are very honest when they say it. They will go to rallies trying to raise awareness on depression, or go to rallies and try and raise awareness on how somebody with bipolar cannot regulate their emotions. And to those people, you're cool. To those people that will actually help others with mental disorders, cool on you. Awesome. You're doing the fucking Lord's work. The rest of you cocksuckers, though, that want to say you're advocates, but as soon as the real signs of a severe mental illness is starting to pop up, You hide with your tail between your legs. You go somewhere and you say, oh, wait, hold on. This could be depression too? What do you mean? Great example. A lot of people will say, back in the day when 13 Reasons Why, I think it was, it took depression in the wrong fucking way. It took how people were depressed, how they normally act, and fucking twisted that. They made it seem like all depressed people do is sit in their room, cry about their... Thank you, sweets. They sit there and cry about their... Oh, great. No. They sit there and cry about their problems. They don't ever go out. They just are constantly sad and depressed and not knowing what to do with their life because they're being made fun of. Or, well, what was the premise of the show? They got their nudes leaked. I think that's what it was. And that's not it. Depression is not even fucking close. Well, sometimes it is. Depends on who you are. But 9 times out of 10, depression is you still got to push the fuck on. Like, some people, yes, that it does hold them in their bed where they can't do a thing. You know, they can't wake up. They can't physically pull themselves out of bed. Like, they have to really grab themselves by the shirt and fucking pull themselves out of bed. No. Sometimes it is like that. But 90% of the time, you still have to wake the fuck up. You still have to get the fuck up. You still have to go out and do things. Because I don't want to be the one to tell you this. Because I hate it myself. I really do. As somebody who does have a couple sparks upstairs that ain't exactly plugging right, if you get my drift. You still have to wake up and do your daily deeds. You still have to go to work. You still have to be a contributing member to society. Because I will tell you, the government doesn't care about your mental health. Bill collectors don't give a fuck about your mental health. In all reality, a lot of people, if you are not close with them, they don't give a fuck about your mental well-being. They don't. They will sit there and say, like, hey, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm always open. My phone's always on, hit me up. Okay, so scenario, somebody's having a bad night at general ballpark, 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night, where you're feeling kind of low. You had one bad thing happen today and it kind of just shit on your entire day. So you're like, okay, before it gets real dark, before it gets real, a little depressing over here, I'm just going to talk to somebody. I'm going to go and get this off my chest before I absolutely lose my fucking shit. So you call somebody. You call a friend of yours that they don't know you that well, but you figured you'd ask them because they do not know your life. So you think you have some leeway, a gray area, and you start dumping everything. Like, my boss is a cunt. I got coworkers that, are constantly shit-talking me. I'm behind in my work because of one bad day. And all of a sudden I got fucking 18 piles of shit on my desk or 18 piles of stuff at my machine. I don't know what to do. I'm just losing it. I just need somebody to talk to. And this is a person that you see all over Facebook talking about mental health matters. Always check on your friends. Always be there for your friends no matter what happens. So you figure, cool, they're safe. They're safe to talk to. Like, I know they got me. And you send that message. You send that message of everything that's been bothering you lately, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you might get like a, hey, you're doing okay. Or, hey, don't stress out so much. You're going to be fine. Nope, instead you get left on red. Or instead, you get hit with, your problems are not that bad. Let me give you a list of what's going on in my life to make your feelings insignificant. And that's shitty. That is forever shitty. If you do not know how to handle somebody, there we go. If you do not know how to handle somebody's mental illness, do not say that their problems are not as important or not as big as the rest of them. That is the biggest, shittiest thing to do, simply because there's already a feeling of inadequacy with telling somebody all of your mental health problems. And like it's a very hard fucking task to do. I don't know if anybody's ever had kind of the I have to grab myself by the cock and tell you what's going on. But when somebody finally does get the oomph, get the courage, get the cojones to actually tell you, and your first response is, well, I just don't know how to handle with it, and I don't want to, so here is a list of my problems, and they're bad, but we can talk about mine, because I don't have as bad as yours. Like, I don't have depression, I don't have anxiety, I just have a little bit of OCD. Fuck off. That is another one. I don't know when the sweet California fuck everybody started to have ADD or OCD or DID. Just anything that is easily interpreted without an actual diagnosis by a legitimate doctor is easy to spread around. Because obviously, you know, somebody does the, I have ADD, it's squirrel, hey, I'm so random. Like, ADD is not fun. It's not a fun fucking thing. Like, you get pissed off when your concentration is broken. Believe me, I get legitimately furious when I'm focusing on something and somebody has to get my constant attention. It's like, do you know how long this fucking took me to be able to sit and understand what's going on and immerse myself in here? Oh, well, what I had to say was important. Yeah, sure, bro. The romanticization of mental illness as of these last couple years has ruined so much in the already dwindling process of mental health. It is fucking ridiculous. And I know exactly where it started. I can pinpoint where that started. It started when Tumblr started becoming big. Now I know there's a lot, I know people are gonna be like, well, it's social media, so obviously it's social media, so you're always gonna be trying to be the next big thing, or you're always gonna be jealous of stuff. And it's not that. It's not reading on social media about how somebody else's life is better, or somebody is doing a lot, or is a lot better off than you are. No. It's people creating stories, great fictional stories, and having no backup behind it. And the problem is with Tumblr, a lot of people were doing that but claiming they were real stories. Like, oh, there's a deer. Hell yeah, my dude. A lot of people were creating stories and not saying that they were just thinking about them. They're just like, I am a host to 25 different other personalities, and now my body is the host. People on Tumblr started to really emphasize on their mental well-being, and a lot of them had no idea that what they were doing was actually causing great fucking harm. Like, great fucking harm to the community, because they were just speaking out of turn and then self-diagnosing. It's always the people who self-diagnose that are the biggest frauds in that. It's always the people that you ask, okay, I'm not saying that you don't have it. I'm not saying you don't have bipolar. I'm not saying you don't have BPD. I'm not saying that you don't have anxiety or depression. Do you have an official diagnosis from a doctor? And it's like, I'm not being rude. You know, if you do, then I will help out no matter what. I will listen to you talk. I will listen to everything. I got no issue with it. But there's always a but. Every time you ask one of these people, okay, did a doctor diagnose you? And they're like, oh no, I was having a day. So I decided to hop on Google and see exactly what all of these crazy symptoms in my head would be. So did you go to a doctor? Why would I go to a doctor when Google is right here and WebMD exists, and all I have to do is just ask it and it'll tell me everything wrong? Right, exactly, sweets. My crazy has been certified. I've went to a doctor. I've went to an official. I get these two mixed up. I know they're different. I went to an official psychiatrist, and I said, "Hey, here's what's going on. This is what's happening. I don't understand it. Please tell me what's happening." And they're like, "Okay, well, from the sounds of it, you are." I'll just list them off real quick, and these are officially, I have been diagnosed with these, so this is not just me shitting on people without having any backing. It's anxiety, depression, bipolar, ADD, and a little bit of anger issues. Just a smidgen of anger issues. It's out there. I have no problem admitting it, because it's something that once you come to grips with, your life will be easier, because then you can start going with coping mechanisms that can help you get better. Or not really, that's a poor word choice, sorry. It won't help you get better, but it will definitely help you deal with life a little bit easier. If say you're having a bad day and you can just feel that split coming. You're having a day and you just feel that split creeping, because it doesn't do it. Sometimes it's just a whap. Sometimes it's a good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. Lost my fork. Boom! Smack that motherfucker out. You're done. You're pissed off for the rest of the day. You just lose your fork in the lunchroom, or you just lose, you lose your vape in the car. All of a sudden, you just want everybody fucking gone. You don't want a single fucking person to talk to you. You don't want to even exist in the same realm as a lot of people. And that's it. It really is awful that a lot of people will not openly want to do more research with mental health. I think the only reason that people do talk about mental health nowadays is because they know it'll get them views, which is kind of ironic for what I'm doing. But doing mental health stuff for views continues to push the narrative that nobody really cares about it. Nobody really wants people to get better with their mental health, because that requires work. That requires action. It requires you to do something about it. And a lot of people don't want to do that, because that means you would have to sit and talk to somebody that's having a bad day, and you would have to listen to somebody say, "I feel worthless. I feel like trash. I feel like I don't belong on this earth with anybody. I feel so alone." And most people don't want to hear that. Why? Because then you got to face the harsh reality of the world. You got to face the harsh reality that the world kind of sucks. And with some people that have those downing mental health problems, the world sucks a little bit fucking more. You know what I mean? The world is just a little bit darker. The world is just a little bit more gray. And if we want to start the conversation about how to help people like this, an easy place to start is, what can make a good day bad? What can make a bad day where you feel worthless and turn that into a positive day? Even if it's just something small. I've noticed there's been this trend going around about people using turning their daily chores into a game, kind of like an RPG. I've noticed a lot of people doing this with a D&D type thing, where they take their daily chores, because sometimes daily chores for people with anything, it just seems like a task. It seems like it's doing, you're doing it because it just irks you. So a lot of people have started turning their daily chores into a fucking D&D game, where let's say you have a goblin to face, and if you do dishes, that's an extra +4 on a hit. Or if you do your laundry, that's an extra +20 on it. You know what I mean? It's the same progress, which I think that is really inventive. Because if you are a fan of D&D shit or video games, and you want to turn daily chores that usually just feel like such a mundane task that no matter what happens, it's still going to be there tomorrow, that still turns it into something enjoyable, like giving yourself rewards for doing this. Like maybe, I don't know, like maybe ice cream for every level, or it's a whole intricate system. I love it. I wish I had sources right now to check out. Definitely look into it. But we're coming up to 15 minutes. I didn't want to do a long one on this because I got stupid brain going on. To kind of wrap up what I was trying to say, don't say you advocate for mental health and mental health well-being if you're not going to listen to the nitty-gritty stories of everybody. You know, if you're not going to listen to somebody telling you that some days they want to or some days they don't want to even be a contributing member of society because it's too loud. It's too loud upstairs. If you don't know what that means, then awesome. If you don't know what having too loud of a brain is, I fucking envy that. It's not fun. We need to start tackling mental illness at its base, not at just the level of what a lot of people have portrayed it as, where it's just because that doesn't help. That will not help if we just look at base level and go from there, because it varies so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Podcast Daddy Variety Show. I would like to thank you very, very much for listening to this. We are doing fucking phenomenal numbers-wise, in my opinion. It's going to be laughing, but for me, this is a giant milestone because this is my personal run show. We are sitting at a consistent average six people an episode. So thank you guys very much. Like I always tell you, share this. If you want to write a review on Apple or Spotify, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can tell me this is an entertaining show, or you can tell me that I suck donkey dick. I don't care what you do. Just rate it, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your grandma who lives in Istanbul. She seems like she needs to know this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this the proper sign-off. If you want to watch my slow mental decline into madness, go to twitter.com/podcaststepdad. If you want to see this beautiful face and some just random shit that I post, because I don't know how Instagram works, go to instagram.com/podcastdaddy. TikTok, I make stupid little videos over on TikTok. TikTok.com/podcastdaddy1. Oh, and if you want to listen to this or Weeb Shit Wednesday in audio form, go to any podcasting platform that you use, including Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Castbox, you name it, I'm on it. Just look up Podcast Daddy Variety Show, boom, you'll see it. And I think that is it. It is. So, everybody, have a wonderful day, have a safe day, and as always, it's getting fucking hot outside. Please, for the love of God, keep your balls clean.